everyone, this is Shah from Team K21 Academy. So today I'm going to talk about the all about AZ-305. So what does this all about means and what all things you should keep in mind when you're going for the certification part? That is what I'm going to discuss in this particular recording. So let me tell you first of all where you can find it. So if you go inside the Microsoft Azure Solution Architect course which we have, that is an expert level course, and its course code is AZ-305. That is the course code for this particular course which we have. So if you just navigate, you might be part of our Azure job oriented program, or if you have opted for Azure Solution Architect certification, whatever it is. So when you go inside this particular course, you can see we have a module 0 which talks about the start here module. Let me just expand this and let me show you what I mean. So over here, the second thing which you can see is all about AZ-305. So if I click on it, I'm going to discuss what does this all about means. First, let me give you an idea about this all about AZ-305, which is Solution Architect certification. So whenever we are talking about all about, which means that everything you need to know before you plan to go for any particular certification, which means if you're planning to go for the AZ-305 certification, what all things you need to keep in mind, how you should be preparing, from where you should be preparing, what all things you should be preparing, all those questions will be answered in this particular document that we have. So that is the purpose of recording this video. The video which I'm recording right now, it will be uploaded over here, and just below that you will find this document link. There is a reference document link as well. I'm going to guide you entirely from top to bottom in this particular document, and I'll guide you with each and everything one by one, so that it becomes easy for you, those who are planning to go for AZ-305 certification, it becomes easy for them that they can prepare accordingly. So this is the main purpose of having this recording. So let's just deep dive into this document. Let me just click on this document and let's see what all things we have over here. Okay, so this is AZ-305 certifications, everything you must know document which we have. So in this particular document, as I said, it is all about Azure Solution Architect, which is AZ-305 certification, everything you must know. So when we go inside this, you can see something like this is what the document looks like. And let me just navigate through what all things we will be covering in this. So if we have a look at this document, we will be talking about the Microsoft Certified Azure Solution Architect, which is AZ-305. Then the Azure certifications which we have, we will be discussing normal discussion about what all certifications Azure offers. Then we will understand the exam structure. So when I say understanding the exam structure, what I mean is what all topics from this particular course you should be focusing more on. What is the weightage going to be for each of these domains? All those things we will be discussing. Then we have included another section which is for the practice test. We will be discussing about where to find the practice test, how you can prepare, those things we will be discussing. Then we have a FAQ section which we have added. So FAQ is divided into two parts again. FAQ has a non-technical QA part and a technical QA part. So non-technical QA part covers mostly the questions related to what is the certification about and how long it is valid, all those things, what is the costing. Those are all the non-technical questions. In the technical questions, we are discussing about the different types of questions which is frequently asked, which is something which comes to your mind and most of the trainees come and ask us. So we have included few of those things in the technical QA. Also, we have included this module-wise agenda and hands-on lab. So when I say module-wise agenda and hands-on lab, what I mean is basically for each of the domains for this particular course, what are the modules which you should be focusing more on and what are the associated labs as well with it. So all those discussions we will be doing. Then towards the end, we have added some related reference links, I would say. So we have some K21 Academy's reference links. Plus, we have also ensured to add some Microsoft reference links. So these things as well we will be discussing. So let's just get started from the very beginning where we are talking about this particular course and its certification. So as I said, if you are appearing for the AZ-305 certification, you get a title, you get the certification which is an Azure Solution Architect. You become a Microsoft Certified Azure Solution Architect if you go for this particular certification. This is one of the main things. So let's dive in and let's understand everything you must know before going for the certification. So to help you prepare for the Azure Solution Architect, which is AZ-305 certification, here is a comprehensive guide which includes all the key areas which you should be focusing on, what is the study materials which you should go through, and also, as I said, we have some commonly asked questions which we have included over here. So let me just make it a bit bigger so that this flow chart that we have over here is a bit more clear to all of you. I hope it looks better now. So coming to the Azure certifications, we all know that Azure has a lot of certifications which it offers, and over here we can see that it has been divided into 3 different sections. One is a fundamental part, other one is the associate, and third one is the expert level certification. So in this also you can see there are multiple partitions for that. So when I say multiple partitions, what I mean is the left side which you can see, these courses which you can see on the left side, that is more related to the infra part, which is Azure infra related courses. The one in the middle, which is about data fundamentals, it's more related to the data courses which is there. And the extreme right side that we can see, which is more related to the AI/ML courses, I would say. So this is basically a infra course which we are talking about. So we will have a look at the infra part over here. I hope this, yeah, it looks better now. So let me show you what all things we are going to talk. So in the fundamentals, let me give you an idea about the certifications first. So fundamentals includes courses like AZ-900, DP-900, AI-900. Those are the fundamental courses. Now, if you're going for the AZ-305 certification, for that there is a mandation that you should have cleared your AZ-104 certification. So when I say you should have cleared it, what it means is, you can see we have 2 different kinds of lines which is differentiating this particular flow chart. One is a dotted line, other one is a straight line. So dotted line means it's optional, which means that if you're planning to go for AZ-104 certification, it's optional that you clear AZ-900. There is no such mandatory rule that you have to first clear AZ-900 and then only you can go for AZ-104. It's not like that. But for AZ-104 and AZ-305, you can see it's a mandatory line. It's a straight line, which means that if you're planning to go for AZ-305 certification, you should have mandatorily cleared the AZ-104 certification. So if you have a valid certification for AZ-104, then only you can go and appear for the AZ-305 certification. Otherwise, it won't be generated for you. You won't be able to appear for the certification. This is the criteria which we have for the AZ-305 certification specifically, because it's an expert level course and it's an expert level certification. So it includes two certifications in it. One is AZ-305, other one is basically the DevOps engineer, which is AZ-400. These two mandatorily required that either you clear the AZ-104 or AZ-204, then only you can appear for these certifications. So this is what the dotted lines and the straight lines mean. So I hope this is clear, and let me just make it small so that we can see the next things which we are going to discuss. So this was all about the Azure certifications part. Now moving further, we need to understand the exam structure. So let's understand this exam structure. So AZ-305 exam, which is titled as Designing Microsoft Azure Infrastructure Solution. This particular certification is going to test your ability, in which it is going to test the ability where you can design, where you can implement and monitor the Azure solutions, which includes governance, security, storage, accounts, compute, networking, business continuity, all these things. Now talking about the certification a bit more, the exam is divided into the following 4 domains. So as I said, there are 4 domains into which the certification is going to be divided. So when I say 4 domains, what I specifically mean is these are the 4 modules which you should be focusing more on. So if we have a look at this, we can see that the first domain talks about design, identity, governance and monitoring solution, and it has a weightage of 25 to 30%, which means that you can expect around 25 to 30% of questions from this particular domain. The second domain is all about designing the data storage solution, which again has 20 to 25% weightage, which means that you can expect anywhere questions between 20 to 25% from this particular domain. The third one which we have is about design business continuity solutions, and it has a weightage of 15 to 20%. And the fourth domain has the highest weightage out of all, I would say. So that is talking about designing the infrastructure solutions, which has a weightage of 30 to 35%. So these are the different domains and their weightage, we can say rather. So accordingly, whenever you're practicing, whenever you're preparing for the certifications, you can always keep this percentage in mind, and as per that you can prepare. So it gives you more clarity from which you can expect more questions, which domain will be having more number of questions and more number of more valued questions, we can say rather. So this is what it helps us with. Now let's go deep into these modules, which means we are going to talk a bit more about these domains which we discussed, and we will get a clear picture about more specific services or the topics which you should go through for the exams. So coming to the very first domain, as I said, it talks about design, identity, governance and monitoring solution. It has a weightage of 25 to 30%. Now in this particular domain, the topics which you should be covering is design solutions for logging and monitoring. This is one of the topic, and these are the subtopics for that which you should go through. Second is design authentication and authorization solutions, and these are the subtopics which you should be going through. And third topic which you should focus is design governance, and these are the subtopics which you can focus on. So this is basically from the first domain, which has a weightage of 25 to 30%. Moving to the second domain which we have, that talks about design data storage solutions, and as I said, it has a weightage of 20 to 25%. In this particular domain, you should be focusing more on designing the data storage solutions for relational data, and these are some of the subtopics which you can prepare and which you can go through. Then second subtopic is design data storage solutions for semi-structured and unstructured data, and again we have all these subtopics for that. And third is about design data integration, which has all these subtopics which you need to go through. Moving to the third domain, which has a weightage of 15 to 20%. In this particular domain, the domain name is design business continuity solutions. So in this domain, you need to focus on the topics like where you are talking about designing the solutions for backup and disaster recovery. And all these subtopics are part of it, so you can go through these subtopics as well. And next is design for high availability, where we have all these subtopics as part of it. So this is what the third domain talks about. Moving to the fourth domain, which has the highest weightage out of all, that is 30 to 35%. So in this particular domain, you should be focusing on these topics, which talks about design compute solutions and their subtopics, which is this. Then design and application architecture, it has these subtopics over here. Then design migration, the subtopics are going to be this one. For design network solutions, we have these subtopics which you should go through. So all in all, this is what the topics and the subtopics which you should be going or which you should be preparing when you are planning to go for the certifications. Because we discussed about the weightage as well, like which module has the highest weightage and what is the weightage for each of the domains we discussed. So this gives you clarity on how you should be preparing and what all topics you should be more focusing on. So next, moving to the practice test. So as I said, we have a very good amount of practice test questions which is there with us. So what I'm going to show you next is how you can navigate through this practice test questions, how you can prepare the questions from here. And we have a short URL for that, which is k21academy.com/sk/az305 EQA means E stands for exam, Q stands for questions, and A stands for answer. EQA means exam question answers. So if you just navigate through this link, simply click on this link and this hyperlink opens. Just click on it and it will redirect you inside the school community where you can see the different types of questions, their relevant answers, everything, all the information what you need, everything you can get from here itself. So first thing which I want to show you is we have multiple different exam set questions which we have added, like set 1 is there, set 2 is there, set 3 is there, set 4 is there. Suppose if I expand set 1, I have sample practice exam question 1 in it. When I click on it, I can see there is a document for that. So what you have to simply do is navigate through this document, and when you go inside that document, you will see the exam related questions for AZ-305. We have divided it into different sets, So if I say different sets, every set will be having around, I would say, rather 30 minimum questions or 40 minimum questions, like that. So which means we have a lot of questions which you can prepare if you're planning to go for the certifications in those cases. So this is one thing. This is question number one. Like, I'll show you the example. So the questions would be like this, and what is the correct answer going to be, that we have answered already. And we also ensure to add relevant explanations for that. And other than that, we also ensure to add the reference links as well. So you can use these reference links also in case if you want to navigate through it or anything like that, you can go through these reference links as well. So that is what it is going to support you with. Same way, if you open any of the exam set questions, you will find the same approach. So for every exam set of questions which we have added, we have a document attached, and you can simply navigate through those documents and you can learn more about it. So this is what basically the EQA has in it. This is what the k21academy.com/sk/az305 EQA holds in it. So now let me talk about some of the frequently asked questions. What are those? Let's have a discussion on it. The very first non-technical, as I said earlier also, we have two different categories for that. One is a technical category and another one is a non-technical category. So we are starting with the non-technical category question answers, which is there. The first type of questions which we frequently hear is, what is this AZ-305 certification all about? So this particular certification, which is AZ-305, which is designing and implementing Microsoft Azure Infrastructure Solution certification. This is basically a certification provided by Microsoft, which is going to validate your skills in designing, implementing the infrastructure solutions on Microsoft Azure platform. This is what this certification focuses on. This certification, we can say, for whom this is going to be ideal. This is going to be ideal for cloud architects or for infrastructure engineers, or for that matter, any other professionals who are responsible for designing and implementing scalable, reliable, and secure Azure infrastructure solutions. For them, this is going to be an ideal option, we can say. Now, the second type of questions which we frequently hear is, how long does it take to give exam and what is the cost for it? Which means many of you ask the question about the duration of this particular certification. So let me tell you that the duration for the certification is going to be 120 minutes, which is 2 hours to complete. And the total appointment time may vary. And whenever you register for the certification, you will receive an email for that. So you can read the time which is allocated for your certification in that particular email. Okay, why? Because the appointment time is different. Half an hour before you have to join. So like that, the appointment time is going to be different. And also you need to read the NDAs, you have to approve it. So for all those things together, they provide 30 additional minutes, we can say. So always appointment time would be different, and 120 minutes, which is 2 hours, exclusively you get to complete the certification. That's how it is actually working. So it's advisable to check the specific exam details on the official Microsoft website for any updates or changes to the exam duration. The next question is, what is the cost for the certification? So if you're planning to go for the AZ-305 certification, the charges would be around $165 USD, and it may have some equivalent amount or something, whatever you choose your currency to be. Based upon that, it is going to show you the price. This price can vary slightly depending on your locations or any applicable taxes if it is there. Let me show you where you can check the updated information for this. This is a link which we have added for AZ-305 certifications exam page. I just click on this link and it will take me inside the Microsoft website for AZ-305. So this is the one. If I just scroll down over here, let me show you where you can check all these informations. One thing which is important is, whenever you are planning to go for the certification, always make sure to go through this Microsoft website and check if there is any recent changes which has been happened or no. So over here you can see that this English language version for this exam was updated on October 18th, which means there was an updation which has happened to this particular certification, which happened on October 18th. So what is the pass score? It is 700. This also we will be discussing further. And this is where I was talking about, like if you want to go for Microsoft Azure Infrastructure Solution, where you can find the cost is this much. Like it is showing in US, like if you are in any other region, if you are suppose in United Kingdom, you can change it and you can see what is the rate in pound basically. So it will change whichever region you choose. Suppose if I'm in India, I can choose India over here and it will show me the price in INR. Like that it will show you. So this is from where you can actually schedule the exam. This is where you can go for the exam schedule. So I hope this much is clear, and let me come back. So next question is, how many questions does this exam contain, and what type of question do we get in the exam? So if you ask me, Microsoft doesn't provide a fixed number of questions for the certifications. Rather, they give us a range. They say that you can expect anywhere questions between 40 to 60. So that's a range which they provide us with. They do not provide us with any particular number of questions, like you can expect around 50 questions, nothing like that. So you can expect anywhere between 40 to 60 questions in the certification, which means it can again vary. Some may get 42 questions, some may get 58 questions. So that is totally going to depend upon when you're going for the certification at that point of time. The questions can include a mix of multiple choices, drag and drop, case studies, other formats. Let me tell you that in the Microsoft certifications, there are 10 varieties of questions which can come. It is not just limited to multiple choice, but multiple choice with single answer correct, multiple choice with multiple answers correct, drag and drop, case studies, then exhibits. There are many different formats for that matter. Now, the next kind of question which we hear a lot is, do we get any kind of resource during exams to get help? Yes, during this AZ-305 exam, you can access the Microsoft's official documentation, which is directly on the exam screen. So Microsoft recently introduced the concept of open book exam, which means they provide you with the MS Learn link on your certification page, from where you can simply navigate, you can move, and you can go through the MS Learn screen. You can go through the MS Learn documents. You can look for your answer. They provide you with the access to that. So this is one thing which they have added, and you won't be able to open any other tab from MS Learn. Other than that, you can't browse for your answers. You can't open any other thing. Just MS Learn document you can access. That's it. And you can look for the answers in the MS Learn document. Can we open another browser during the exam? No, that is not at all supported. You cannot open any other browser or external applications during any certification for Microsoft, I would say. Does anyone watch me while giving the exams? Yes. The certifications which you choose from Microsoft, all the certifications are going to be monitored by a proctor. Either if you go in person, if you're going to the center and giving the exam, then also, or if you're giving the exam remotely by sitting at home, you are taking the exam, then also the proctor will be for sure there. So do I need to repay for the exam if I fail in the first attempt? Also, after the first attempt, how long do I have to wait for a reattempt? Yes. If you fail the AZ-305 exam for your first attempt, you have to pay the full exam fee again to retake it. That's the policy. There is no discounted retake fee. And after your first failed attempt, you have to wait at least 24 hours before you can schedule a retake of this AZ-305 exam. So for that matter, any certification which you go for in Microsoft, if you fail for the first time, you have a cooling period of 24 hours, I would say. You have to wait for 24 hours and then only you can again reapply for the certification. Can I give AZ-305 certificate directly? So yes, you can give the exam directly, but there is a catch. So what is that catch? You will not get your certificate of AZ-305. So if you want to get the certificate, then you have to clear the AZ-104 certification exam as well, and then only you will be getting the certification for AZ-305. So if you want to appear for the exam, you can, but it won't provide you any certificate in that case. If you have not cleared your AZ-104, if your AZ-104 certification is not valid, then you won't be getting the certificate for clearing this AZ-305 certification. That's the catch. So these were all the non-technical QA which we had. So moving to the technical QA, what does the technical QA says is we have added some questions related to the domains which we discussed. Like we have a domain of design, identity, governance, and monitoring solutions. Based upon this, what kind of questions you can expect is what are the key components of Azure IAM? How can you monitor Azure resources using Azure Monitor? These are some of the kinds of questions which you can expect. Same with domain 2, which is design data storage solutions. These are the kinds of questions which you can expect. Coming to domain 3, where you are talking about design business continuity solutions. These are the kinds of questions which you can expect. Technical questions, FAQs, and related to design infrastructure solutions. These are the kind of questions which you can expect. Now let's move to the module-wise agenda and hands-on lab. So in this module-wise agenda and hands-on lab, what we are discussing is, suppose as I said, the domain 1 talks about design, identity, governance, and monitoring solutions. So as I said earlier also, these are all the subtopics which you can go through when you are planning to go for the certification. So first domain when you pick, which is this domain, if you are going to go through this domain, make sure to go through all these subtopics as well. Now, if you want to perform any labs for this, if you are not sure about which all labs are associated with this particular domain, so we have made it easy for you and you can just go through this lab information. So you have all these labs which is associated to this particular domain, I would say, which you can explore more through. Just navigate, perform these labs, explore it. This is another thing. Moving to the second domain, which is about design data storage solutions. So these are all the subtopics which you can go through. So we have a lot of subtopics for this as well. All these subtopics you can go through. And for the labs, you can cover these labs to get some extra knowledge and some hands-on experience on this particular topics. Then talking about domain 3, which is about design business continuity solutions. All these are the different subtopics which you can go through. And these are the labs associated with this particular domain, we can say. Moving to module or domain 4, which talks about design infrastructure solutions. So if I come to this particular domain, all these are the subtopics which you can go through. And other than that, we have so many hands-on labs, or these are the associated labs, I would say rather, for this particular domain. So if you want to go through the hands-on labs or you want to explore these hands-on labs, so you have the option, you can check what all hands-on labs are associated with that particular domain and you can prepare it accordingly. So moving to the next part, as I said, this is related and references. What it means is we have included 2 reference links for ease of use for all of you. So what does that mean is we have K21 Academy's reference links. So which means that whenever you're preparing for the certification, you want to check something, you want to get more knowledge, we have added a link for this. This is a link for the everything about Azure certification, which you can navigate through. And let me show you what it has in it, which talks about Azure Solution Architect certifications learning path. So this is the entire learning path which we have included. It has all these topics which is covered. This is the kind of blog which you can go through. Just scroll down and all the informations from prerequisites to path to earn the certifications, every information you are going to get from this particular blog, I would say. So every pricing, everything has been discussed in this blog. So you can use this K21 Academy's reference links as well. And if you want to know more about hands-on labs for this particular course, just simply click on the second link and you will get all the information related to the hands-on lab over here. So this is with respect to the hands-on lab. Let me just scroll down and show you. These are all the hands-on labs for AZ-305, which you can go through, how to do everything. All these informations we have provided over here. So you can always go through these reference links which we have included. Other than that, we have also made sure to include some Microsoft reference links. So if you want to go through Microsoft reference links, which has all about AZ-305 certification, this is the link for that. And it's the same one which I have opened. It has all these informations like what is the passing score. Passing score is going to be 700, which means the exam is going to be for 1000 marks and you have to score more than 700. That's the criteria. Then only you clear the certification. Other than that, if you want to watch the AZ exam prep videos, you can go through it. If you want to just review the AZ-305 study guide, you can go through it. Now, if you want to have a look and feel on how on the day of exam, how the things would be for you, then go and explore this exam sandbox, because it gives you the same look and feel. Like on the day of exam, how the things would be, you will get the same look and feel from this sandbox environment. So these are the study guide links like I showed you right now. Same links you can find over here also. You can just explore these study guide links. And also this is all different parts which we have divided. We have 4 domains, as I said. So for all 4 domains, we have divided it, and you can just navigate through these domain links as well. Let me show you one of it. Suppose I open the fourth domain. So this is how it looks like. Design the infrastructure solutions and all the information, everything you can find in this particular document itself. All the access you get from here. You don't have to be worried for anything. You can simply scroll through this document and you will get all the information about what you can find where and how. Which means, in short, I would like to say that this particular document will help you to prepare from the start to end for the certification. Everything you must know before you go for AZ-305 certification. That is what this particular document covers, and I hope this is clear to all of you. Wishing you all good luck, those who are planning to go for the certifications. All the very best to all of you. Keep learning, keep practicing. See you all next time. Bye-bye. Take care, everyone.
Well, that was our expert, and thank you so much for staying with us till the end of the video. Now all you have to do is just click the link in the description below, or if you are just starting out, just type k21academy.com/azure02. Now all you have to do is just enter a name, enter email ID, enter phone number, and click on register now. And you will be redirected to this page. You can also add this to your Google Calendar or Apple Calendar, and I promise this is something that you don't want to miss. So go ahead, click on the link and step into the world where learning knows no boundaries. Till then, keep enjoying. I'll see you in the next video.